All right, perfect. Well, this is my podcast, Socks on or Off. With this, I get different people on, such as yourself, talk about them, their life experience, or just different topics. So, with you, I think it's just going to be an open conversation. We did talk about different things like conspiracy theories, your barbering, all that fun stuff. So, we just want to introduce yourself to everyone, let them know who you are, and then we'll go from there.
Oh. Okay, my name is Miracle. I'm a barber stylist. I do poetry. I'm like very versatile in a lot of things. I like to. That's about it. I like to do hair and write like books, short stories, poetry, but that's about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like both of those really takes an imagination. Seeing somebody's hair and doing what they want you to do. So you have to visualize what they want and then give them that. And especially with like art and poetry, you have to do the exact same thing. But now we have to put our ideas on paper. So when you were younger, were you always this gifted with visualization of things, such as like art or seeing something and was like, oh, I can create it from scratch?
Oh, yeah. Like, when I was younger, I was more of like, when I seen it and I want to do it, I'm about to learn how to do it. And if you're going to teach me, I'm going to sit there and learn how to do it. And whatever it takes to get it done, I will do that if it doesn't hurt me or hurt my mental health. I was going to push through and I was going to do what I had to do.
Right.
So everything that I do now, when I was younger, I was more so pushed to do through life, like doing hair. My mom stopped when we turned a certain age. Like once me and my sisters turned a certain age, or I did, and it was time to do hair or it was time to get ready for school, it was time to get it done.
Right.
So I've always known how to do it. And then I had girls around the block that wanted their hair done. So it was like a way to make money and a way to experience new things. So as I got older and I became a CNA because I like to care for people. And then after that, it was just like, what do I want to do now? And then barbering became that experience. And then I love it so much. So much.
Yeah. No, that's exciting. When I first met you, and because I met you through poetry, and we started to get to know. See, I fuck up too. Players fuck up. All right. But yes, getting to know you, I found out about the barbering, and I was like, that's gangster. And then I thought it was something that you've been doing for a long time, but it's pretty new, right? So what was that like? I mean, of course you had the want to be a barber, but to actually push yourself to go sign up, to actually go to school every day and dedicate yourself as much as you, where did that first come from? Like after high school, before high school?
It came after high school, like maybe 6 months ago. When I realized when I was doing hair, I didn't know how to use my shears or my like clippers. I was like, I'm about to plan to go to barber school. And after I like manifested that, after I prayed for that, it came true. And I went and I did what I had to do because I was like, now it's time to follow a dream, to start my own. Like, what can I do to start my own thing? And what haven't I learned yet? Because it seems like I know everything else but this. So it was like, now it's time to pursue that and see what I can do.
Right. So what is that like, taking a chance on yourself? I see a lot of people who let outside things control how they feel or control what they do. And we don't see a lot of females in barbering. When you think of a barber, you think of a man. So what is that like for you, in my opinion, breaking stereotypes and pushing through all the negative comments, if there is any, or just experiencing something new on your own?
I can't lie. I've always experienced everything on my own. So it's never been a point in my life where I was just like, damn, it's only me. Because when I took that leap of faith and when I actually went to go do it, I was by myself. When I had to teach myself about what I was doing, I was by myself. Right. So it was like, more so like, I had like, not I had to do it, but this is what I'm going to do. And I just, just pushed to do it. I don't know.
Well, getting to know you more and seeing all that you have went through and have became is really mind blowing to me because being the age that you are, we respect ladies here, so we don't tell their age, but knowing your age and seeing again all that you've done and went through, it it makes me proud of you because it shows how with determination and self love you can get to where you want to get to. And being on your own, what was that like? I mean, knowing the fact that fuck, I I am all I got in a sense, especially finding that out at a younger age.
It was more of a. It was actually emotionally. It was more of emotionally heartbreaking for me first when I realized, like, damn, you got to do this by yourself because nobody around you is gonna push you to do it, or they're not gonna tell you to do it. So you got to figure it out. And everything that I learned was truly through me being genuine to everybody and caring about them. So once I realized this is what I want to do and this is how I want to help people, this is how I can actually help people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can push it further than just being something, not, you know?
Right.
So it was just the fact that I could do it.
No, it makes sense. And I mean, it shows like I watch a lot of anime, and we see different characters. They kind of go through the same thing, but choose different paths. And it's beautiful to know that there are individuals like yourself that goes through some things that other individuals can't handle. And it's not that you're better or they're weaker. It's just sometimes that's just the individual, and that's how life goes. So it's beautiful to see how you wanted to help people, especially being a CNA, and then there was nobody to help you. And I feel like the most hurt people showed that love. Like I tell you all the time, I'll compliment you 50 times just because I never received that, and I want that. So wanting to be a CNA, was that just something like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to help somebody? Because you did barbering after CNA, correct? Or
No, I did CNA before barbering. I'm
okay.
still a CNA.
Oh, she's okay.
I'm like,
You can take the CNA out of the workplace, but not the workplace. Whatever the fucking saying is, guys. But yeah, so why did you want to become a CNA? Because that to me is like the most. If you don't love people, this is not the job for you. So what was that like for you? I mean, no, I mean, of course you love people and you love helping people, but this is a little different.
okay, so I come from a long line of caring people.
Right.
It's like my people. If you knew my people, you knew all of my people.
Mm-hmm.
You know that we're very caring and
So
we're
they're all
very
pretty?
just. You know,
Yeah.
my mom was a CNA before. My auntie is one. My granny was one. So it was like knowing that they've cared for people before. Why not try this?
Right.
And then when I tried it, I loved it. When I went to school for it, I wanted to keep going because I loved what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I knew that I could help in a way that was helping me mentally, and it was keeping me busy in a helping way.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was good for me.
Yeah. And, well, I guess we're going backwards. Normally I go forward, but we're going backwards. So, in high school, what was that like for you? I mean, I know for me as a young man in high school, there wasn't really like a time to where I felt different from other boys. It was more of, I know I don't have what they have. So, was that like a challenging thing for you? Oh, make sure you grab the cord on the bottom. There we go. I don't know why they do that. I'm broke, guys. I can't buy new things just yet. But was there a time like that for you where you felt like, especially not having like a strong connection with individuals to help you navigate your way of becoming a young woman? So was there something like that for you that in high school you felt made you different, or you just didn't find your way until later on?
Honestly, I tried to find myself more so in middle school than high school. because I knew that there was a me that I didn't know yet, and I had to find her to be okay. Because I was already not okay with life and how it was going, because I didn't know who I was becoming. And I was so worried about that. So when I got to high school and I started to experience everything that I was experiencing and going through what I was going through, I knew that it was going to make me stronger and make me more so meaner, because I was also nicer. Like, I feel like everybody that knows me know I was the quiet, nice, tall girl that didn't talk to anybody unless you knew me. Right. And then if you didn't know me, I was looking you up and down, and I was going to keep walking. Because it was just like I was in my own world, and I loved my own world. But if I knew that I could give you love and you was going to receive it in a good way, like be my friend or be cool with me, I was going to give it to you, because my homies are my homies. They can text me anytime, come get it, like, you know?
Right.
So it was like, I've just been always...
She's just been sweet, guys, forever.
I've just been sweet forever, literally. Until you make me upset.
Right.
And if you make
Especially
me
she
upset,
has nails on, guys. See, there's the inside joke. Look at us. Especially she has nails on. Goodness. And if I pay for them, I'm going to fight you too. That's all I'm saying. No, that's really cool. So explain to me what that's like to have love for somebody that deep, that you would give them all of you. Because when we first started getting to know each other more, when you told me, like, yeah, this is the type of person I am, and if I feel it back, then you're everything to me. So where did that come from, and why? Because niggas don't deserve it. Damn, I'm gonna make her stop loving people after this. She gonna reflect and be like, you know what, y'all niggas don't need me. Or I don't need y'all niggas, that's what it is.
Repeat the question.
For sure. So where did the act of giving your all to somebody, if you feel it back? Because sometimes we can love somebody with everything, and then in the blink of an eye, it's been either tainted by them doing something outside of the relationship or not appreciated, and you feeling walked on. But to give it to people, that's a hard thing to do. So what is that like for you to give your all to somebody?
To give my all to somebody and they don't want me, or to give it to them and they want me?
Just in
general?
Both. Yeah, in general. Because, again, the strongest thing you can be is vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And to be vulnerable with individuals, I mean, just trust in people with your vulnerability. How do you come to that decision on, this is the person I'm going to give my all to?
I feel like when I come to that decision, it's more so I feel it in my body, like I'm being taken care of. Because I know, because I was raised by a woman, I know when I feel comfortable. Right. And if you make me feel that way, and I know that I'm safe here, then it's like, why not reciprocate that love in my way? Like, I can show you in your way how to love you, but I can also show you in my way, this is how I can love you too. Because that's extra love for you, you know? So it's like,
I'm all for extra love.
It's reciprocated. Yeah. So it's like, when I give my all and I become vulnerable, because I feel like vulnerability comes when somebody feels safe. And they feel like that little girl again. And my little girl feels safe in the place of... I've always found my peace in darkness and it being quiet or my favorite music playing.
Right, I agree. You see, it's dark in this motherfucker. I don't like the light. If I want the light, I'll go outside. Okay? So yeah, I love it dark. Dark and cold.
No, not dark and cold. Dark and warm in the winter
is the best. Good thing I'm big. I got a lot of clothes, so I can put them on. I'm high, guys. My bad. That was corny. No, that's dope. I mean, feeling comfortable and feeling safe is really a bonus, and hopefully, individuals who feel that comfortability, they want to keep it, because I know I was telling you this earlier, sometimes insecurities come and it's like, do I really deserve someone that would give me their all, or am I just here to be in the distraction? Have you ever felt that way? If so, how'd you get over it? Or if not, how do you continue having faith in yourself that you are who somebody desires? Please don't ask me to repeat because I was a good. I said it so well. I don't know if I can do it again.
I got it. I feel like me believing in me and knowing that love can happen for me is what keeps me going to want to find it. But at some point, when I get to a point to where I don't want to find it and I want to let it find me, it also has messed up for me. So it's like, for me to feel it deep down inside that, like, I have somebody out there, but I could also be alone forever. I'm okay with both of them. I'm okay with it finding me and with it not finding me. So it's not like I'm pushing to look for it, but I'm also willing to let it happen for me.
Right.
Because either way it goes, if somebody truly loves me and they feel that connection to me, that connection will never be lost.
Mm. Yeah, because we were talking about some individuals being together for 14 years, and sometimes it gets hard loving each other. So, okay, different question. How do you, if so, keep the relationship not new but fresh? Sometimes we just can't do everything anymore. Even sometimes when I'm talking to you, I'm like, fuck, what do I say? I already asked her how she's doing. I already did X, Y, and Z. So how do you keep it to where an individual will feel like they're still doing a good job for you?
I show them I appreciate them. I feel like if I feel like you're doing a good job for me, it's not more so a good job, it's more so a share of consideration. Like, I could see that you considered me in your life. Like, you understand that I'm here and you give me that my position of who to be in your life. All I can do is be who I am in your life, who I'm supposed to be in your life. And once I give that care inside of me, the appreciation comes and you're going to instantly feel that.
No, I'm sorry. Normally I don't get lost for words, but this one's a good one. Well, because you have to understand, especially this day and age, women don't think like that. So when you come across individuals who do, it makes it foreign, but it makes it exciting. It's like, I don't know, finding a new favorite food or finding something that you enjoy. You want to seek it. You want to study it in a sense. So sometimes a lot of individuals ask questions or they want to say something like, "Oh, I'm sad," just to see how you will respond. Because there was this person a while back ago. I slid up on her story and hearted a picture that she did, and she was like, "You want to buy some of my OnlyFans content?" I was like, "Ma'am, I'm not here for that. I just wanted to say you look pretty. My bad." But it's like we get so comfortable with men or women wanting a certain thing that we jump to these conclusions. So it's like, what makes a man, okay, in your mind, what makes a man true? Okay, his intentions is pure and not something else.
I feel like intentions are more felt than it's shown through action of how you would treat me. I feel like emotionally, if I'm treated okay, mentally, physically, I'm okay, and I can tell you every day, I can wake up and I'm happy. That tells me that you genuinely care about me because you chose to make me happy today. I would choose to make you happy. If I feel as if I'm secure here as a woman, it's why not pursue that? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you get to a point in your life to where it's you want to date and you want to find out, but sometimes it gets to a point to where now it's time to back off and just take care of me. And when you taking care of you more, so you find better people.
Right.
And I'm just it's okay to find better people.
For sure. You know, I mean, I tell people all the time that I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like looking for individuals at level 5 probably doesn't do me any good if I want to be at level 10. You know, the woman at level 10 understands what it means to get there. If I, in my mind, believe that I can be at level 10 and sharing thoughts with a level 5 who is cool at being level 5, you don't really get the push you need to be the best that you can. You know, I've said this on here plenty of times, but I heard this quote. It's like, a woman can make you the best you ever can be, or she can make you half of what you could be. And to me, that's the biggest factor. Like, I've been told in a past relationship that I chose podcasts over the relationship. And I'm like, this was for us. This was supposed to be a way out of being in a 1-bedroom or having to worry about rent all the time. So it's like, for me to feel comfortable with giving somebody my all, I have to know that their drive matches mine, because I know what I will sacrifice for this to be a reality. Not saying I'll like sacrifice love or special moments in people's lives, but if I don't have to see you today, or if I have to take 3 days of not seeing you to do some podcast shit, I will. Because eventually that 3 days away from you will turn into a week vacation with you, or 2 weeks vacation. So it's like, it's odd to have a vision, but it's also a good thing. So in a relationship, did you ever have somebody who didn't match your drive? And if so, how did that hinder your growth?
I feel like
I'm still a cookie.
yeah.
Don't forget your wine. Trying to be fancy, guys. Wine and cookies. I think the last time I had this this girl on who dresses up as different princesses, so we had like tea time. So I bought some teas. So now it's adult time. So we're having wine and cookies. I don't know, guys. I'm just making shit up.
Because the question is like very deep.
Mm-hmm.
Because more so me, I'm more of like a person that is very humble. So every moment that I've shared with anybody I've actually been with, and I could say like I've been in a relationship with, it was in the moment of, I don't have nothing and you don't either, but I still have more than you. So it was like to a point of, I was helping them in a sense, and I wasn't appreciated, but they were so stuck on them being appreciated or them being helped. So when it came to me asking for it, and it came to my feelings asking for it, or my or just me asking for it back, it was like this argument, and I was like, why is this happening?
Right.
And I'm the like woman here, and you just want me to like I'm struggling too, but it's
right.
not as deep as yours, and I understand that. That's why I'm like, I understand that I'm telling you that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also need that help back too.
Yeah.
I just don't have it for you, you know? I'm taking chances for it, you know?
For sure. And what is that like, giving somebody your all? Because I know what it feels like, but probably they don't. But giving somebody your all, and then at the end of the day, when you close your eyes, you're like, fuck. Do they really care about me as much as I care about them?
Honestly, when I first actually like felt like that, like feeling wise, I was like, my emotions were just like, when I finally realized I was being unappreciated for what I've done, and it was never going to change, or it was not going to be the same anymore, it just made me feel blank, because like it just made me turn it off for the person, but not for everybody else around me. Because I learned my lesson of why I was depressed was because I was shutting out the people that really cared about me at them times. Wait. So when I finally was like, my family, I'm gonna keep them around me this time, and I'm gonna like be around everybody like they actually cares about me and wants to be around me, I did that, and I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And if I want to take this break, I'm going to take it the happiest way I can.
Right. No, that makes sense. Especially the fill in blank part.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone who's been in a relationship for a long period of time, you start to understand that when this person is gone, you became this person in a sense. So every like, every dislike, and every like experience that you had, you start to question like, okay, do I like this because I like it, or did I like it because we liked it? Or you start to question yourself like, what did I do that they didn't enjoy, or why was I not good enough? And we start to bring these individuals deeper within ourselves that they have no place to be in. Of course, I can fill you with all the love that I can, but eventually that inner girl or whomever has to be like, okay, without this man or without these things, how can I make myself happy? And I feel like being blank from the relationship, we start to listen to that inner voice. And for you, it was family. For you, it was more poetry or whatever the case may be. So once you started opening up to the people who loved you, how quickly, even if it did, for you to stop feeling the hurt of the relationship? And if not, how are you dealing with said thing?
That's a good question.
Thank you. I tell people every time, if somebody says good question on here, I think it's a great podcast. Mm-hmm. And we still got conspiracy theories to talk about, so
Y'all already get to them at this point. Cause I'm like, bro, like, cause I've never felt this deep about the relationship. It was more so like, it's like you live and you learn from me.
right.
And once I came to realize, like, because I had to really sit with myself. Like, I had to really sit there and understand and not talk to anybody and really sit alone and get angry and cry and say I hate you and then tell myself, no, you don't believe that, and actually believe it, because that's not who I am to feel that way.
Right.
So and I can't understand that my family was just there and I could just love on them and they gave me the same love back in their own ways. Well, some of them.
Shout out to the siblings.
I just love them. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter what, when you're around all of us, no matter what, you're going to laugh. Even if you get mad, you're going to smile in some type of way.
Right.
Because we're just happy people until we're irritated. And when we're irritated, it's a reason why we're tired or we're hungry.
Right.
Because we're girls and one boy, so he's mostly the reason why we're upset. But we just happy people. We're going to make you laugh in some way.
So where did that bond come from between you and your siblings? Because I know some people don't fuck with their siblings. And to me, it blows my mind. Like, even though I don't agree with everything my siblings do or even talk to them on a daily basis, I know if they got into a fight with whomever, I'm going to help them. Mm-hmm. Right? But some people don't feel that way. They'd be like, nah, I don't fuck with that person. Mm-hmm. But to me, I can't push away, like, we grew up, like, growing up with somebody is crazy. Like, we slept in the same bed, we slept in the same, like, everything we did together growing up, I can't just give that away just because the relationship is not as strong. So for somebody who has a strong relationship with their siblings, what is that like for you on the emotional level?
My siblings are my everything. They were like my babies, like my kids. Like, I don't know. No matter what, I'm going to take care of them in some way. Like, if I can't do it, I'm going to do it for you, no matter what.
Right.
And I feel like that all came from us growing up and we having to be there for each other no matter what. We had each other, and none of us can deny that. Like, when we were younger, we all slept in the same bed. I took care of my little brother, that 6-year-old, making bottles. Like, my oldest cousin, Ariel, shout out to him.
If you guys don't remember her, she was the one 4 episodes ago. Yeah. Go watch it. She's been on, I think, 2 or 3. There are some ones that we haven't dropped, though.
Yeah.
I don't know where those are at, but shout out to her. She's amazing.
Her cooking for us. I remember all of that. And
she can cook.
Yeah, she can throw down. She be hiding her talent. Right. Her job is cooking. She can cook. But us growing up like that and me knowing that I had to take care of my siblings in that way because I am the oldest and my mom was dependent because none of us had a father that was around. So it grew us closer together because no matter what, we knew that it was all we had. When family turned against us, we knew it was all we had because there was so many times where people would get into it with my mom or one of us because we couldn't hold our tongue in situations.
It's all right. You got it.
Situations that weren't right. And we spoke up because me and my sister, everybody know when me and my sister say something that's not right, we're gonna speak up for it, and we don't care how we go. Mm-hmm. We're gonna handle that because it's like, why are you doing that? And my family knows that. So when it came to situations like that, we, as my siblings, we all had to stand up together. We did what we had to do.
Right.
And even with my cousins as well, that's the type of love I have for my cousins as well. Those are my siblings as well. I look at my oldest cousin like she's my older sister, like them are my siblings.
Yeah.
So when we go together, we all go together.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like for me and my siblings, it's more of like even now we sleep in the same bed sometimes.
Right.
Like even on a special day when we all just want to smoke and get high, we all come to the same room. We all lay on each bed and we listen to music and we get high together.
Right. I've been left on scene a couple times. I'm just playing. Man, but you know, it's all good. No, I'm actually glad that you have that relationship because I know this past relationship was really tough for you, especially the woman that you are. I couldn't imagine how rocky it got. But okay, 2 things. How was it for you? Because of course you're such a loving person and a giving person, but sometimes our mind and our hearts conflict. Mm-hmm. Is there a point in time where you knew it wasn't going to work out and your heart was like, nah, sis, you have to keep giving him some time? And if so, how do you war between the two? Because that's why I made that poem the other day, the Civil War poem, because to me, I mean, that's a big thing. It's like, fuck, I know this is not the move, but I want to see how far this can go if I'd love harder. But sometimes it don't work that way. So for you, how do you battle the two?
Honestly, when I went, I can't say it was when I went through, but in that relationship, I feel like we both had times where we were both like, no, this is not going to go any further, but I'm going to still fight for you. And in those times, we knew we always talked about it, but we argued through it, and it was just unhealthy. It got unhealthy it was so healthy, it was unhealthy. Like, we knew we had to talk about it, but we didn't know how in the right moments or the certain moments that we really needed it and we really needed each other. We didn't show up for each other. It was like being somebody's homeboy more than their girlfriend. More so being there when they needed something and not really being what they wanted. And I got tired of feeling needed. I wanted to feel wanted more in a sense.
Bars, guys. that was so great because that's true. A lot of us become that dependent. We become just used to being somebody's, I don't want to say I'm just gonna say servant, because at a certain point it's like we were talking about earlier, I didn't feel appreciated. Servants don't fucking feel appreciated. Their main job is to take care of the master, or so to say. And how long did it take you after knowing that this is not going to work, but still working through it? Did you finally be like, all right, this shit's not the move?
I didn't more so feel like a servant. I was more so feeling like he was pushing himself to be somebody he wasn't, and he wanted me to be somebody. He wanted me to feed that somebody that he wasn't. And I knew that I could be that person, and when I was that person, it was unappreciated. So when I wasn't that person, it was oh my god.
Yeah, take a drink, do your thing. Yeah, there's been times where I've had people on that make their own weed or dabs, and I've died mid camera, so don't feel bad.
But it was like, and then when I wasn't doing that, it was more so like I wasn't there, or it was like, get away from me, or you could feel that vibe of the person pushing away from you.
Yeah.
But the moment you did so, or you wanted to better yourself or become better, it felt like you couldn't do it, or it was like this big ass hurdle that.
It's all right.
Ooh.
We're gonna go to commercial, guys. Hopefully one day I can say that and it actually happens, cause I'll be gangster. Right, just count it back in from 5.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Do you remember where you were at?
Yeah.
Not okay. Cool.
So, no, I don't. You shouldn't have asked me.
My bad. Hurdle. I'm not feeling appreciated. He was acting like he wanted to be some type of way, and you can be that person for him, but you wasn't appreciated.
Yeah, I wasn't appreciated at that time. But then when he would explain himself to me, it was more so in a way of I wasn't doing what I wasn't supposed to do, or I couldn't be this person, but he's gonna still work it out with me because he just wanna see what I could become. And I'm like, if I'm not this person now, who do you think I will become in the future? Because I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm gonna change in that way for you.
Yeah.
Because the way you want me to be is like impossible for me to be. And then he was also the type of person that would explain wanting multiple women for those things. And I understood that. And it was like,
do you?
If you want that.
Because I don't need to get karate chopped.
But I feel like as a person that wants something like that, you should be able to support something like that. I don't believe that you should have something like that and not be able to support it. Because I don't believe like it's wrong or it's not okay. Like, do what you do. But if you're going to do it, make sure you're able to support the women emotionally at least. Like, physically at least.
I don't want to think too much into it.
Like, I don't know.
No, I understand. So, where do you take a stand in what you want? Because if you would tell somebody that is not a respectable man, in my opinion, I feel like they would take advantage of that. And to you, it probably wouldn't be something that you're okay with, but because if they can support it, you're okay with it. So is that where I got from that? No, am I off? Because what do you mean by support? So you wouldn't be a part of it, but you understand why people would do it.
Oh, you're talking about having multiple?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, keep going. My bad. I'm like, what are you talking about? What am I?
It's okay. I was getting nervous because those facial expressions was like, this
I'm
nigga.
like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so if an individual, like if you told somebody that statement, you can have somebody for this emotion, but make sure you're able to fulfill what you can for me and like simultaneously. I don't know. So where do you draw the line and be like, nah, this is how I want my relationship to be?
I feel like for me personally, I'm a very, very like basic girl. Like, Emotionally, if you could support me emotionally, and you're genuinely wanting to support me physically and all those things, what can I be upset about? What can I not want to give you back? Because honestly, for me personally, those are the main things. Those are the main things to keep me happy and
Right.
me wanting to be there and me wanting to be all I can be for you.
So as long as you're happy, you're cool.
Happy and supported.
Yeah.
Financially supported.
You gonna give me some bread? There we go. Now I see what it is.
It's not just happiness.
Right, nigga, you better give me some bread. You about to go see Becky?
Actually want me.
Right.
If you want me in that way, it's like there's no other woman you can have. But I can understand men that are like that. Cause I can understand men and women that are like that. I can understand why the woman would feel like she's emotional. She feels supported and she feels okay where she's at. So why the fuck would I let anybody take me out of my world?
Yeah. Well, see, I feel like all conversations lead back to the truth, right? Mm-hmm. And I say it on a lot of podcasts, especially relationship podcasts, where I met this guy working at Planet Fitness of all places, right? Mm-hmm. And he told me, he was like, man, relationships are just human experience. I try to compare it to the animal kingdom. And I was like, what is this nigga talking about? But he was like, in animal kingdom, there are certain rules that the animals follow. And it's not really taught. It's like instinctual. And when you were saying there's some things men and women accept or they won't accept. Mm-hmm. Like for a man, let's just say we're a pride, like a lion pride. There's only one man per pride, and it makes sense because he can protect each woman individually and as a whole. He can give them love individually. I don't think they can do it as a whole thing. But it'd be difficult if it was one woman with 3 different men. Mm-hmm. Because now only one man gets her time. Only one man has to be a dominant thing. So I can see where if you feel comfortable and respected, do your thing, player, as long as I'm number one in your life. So I can see what you mean by that. I don't know if I'll think like that because I don't know, man. I forget to fucking turn the lights off sometimes. I'll probably forget to call you. Now you have to beat me up. No, but I'm sorry. I went blank. But anyway.
I mean, I feel like in that conversation about the lions, I feel like the woman also, you see what the women do.
Yeah, they do a lot.
So,
okay, my bad.
Is that big? He deserve everything the woman is
for
going
sure.
out and doing and coming back with.
For sure.
All them cubs and everything else. And then he fights for what he got.
Yeah. See, that's a beautiful thing, right?
It's crazy because the other lion kills the baby cubs and they start over.
Yeah, I would.
So it's like, that's kind of sad. I don't know if I like that.
No. Don't cry. Poor baby cubs. Damn Simba. But that makes sense. Like, that's why Scar would, at least he didn't kill his nephew, but that would make sense.
Why he wanted to.
Yeah.
No, he wanted to become king. That's
yeah, and he couldn't become king if Simba was there.
Exactly. But
that was cute. Exactly. My bad. Do your thing. But anyway, being a woman of love and compassion and all this fun stuff, mm-hmm. you have now been able to put it on paper in form of poetry. When did poetry become a thing for you to not only express yourself but give like a true piece of you on paper? Because whatever you put on that paper, it truly comes from your heart.
Mm-hmm. When I write poetry, it's truly how I'm feeling. And whenever I'm saying in my mind, I feel like whenever I'm Whenever I'm speaking, I'm saying poetry. I feel like everything I say in poetry because I never talk for no reason. And anybody around me know that I will sit quietly until you talk to me.
That was probably the most gangster thing I've ever heard.
So, me learning how to rhyme what I say honestly came fluently. When I heard Jill Scott, how she said her, how she, my nose itching.
It's alright.
When I heard Jill Scott and how she did her song, or hold on, technical difficulty.
No, it's alright.
But when I heard Jill Scott and when she did her song, or Lauryn Hill, or listen, Aaron.
You said Mary J. Mary J. is a
Mary
go-to.
J, yeah.
That's a go-to.
When I hear them and I hear how they rhyme and how they flow and how they saying their words, but they put it into a song, I want to say what I want to say, but I want to say it in a way of and those type of words. But I don't want to steal it, but I want to flow in that way because I feel like I talk in that way, I move in that way, I dress in that way. If you know me, I'm wearing the most oldest stuff because I honestly don't care about my appearance. More so into a sense of I don't care about how people feel about my appearance. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. And what I feel comfortable in is what I'm going to put on.
Yeah.
And it's just how I feel as a person, period.
Mm-hmm.
How I feel today is how I feel. And I'm not going to let you change that. It's the type of person that I am. And I try to be that every single day.
Yeah. So, and that's what I feel like that's what people fuck up is change and then addition. Like, I would love to add things to you. I would never like to take something away because I don't like it. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I enjoy Chinese food. I would hate that you would try to make me eat, like, Italian food. That would suck. But if somebody, I mean, I guess it's like not how you do it, or it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Like, introduce and be like, hey, have you tried this pasta? Then it could be my best thing ever. I'll probably never cheat on Chinese food, but, you know, I'll probably fuck with pasta more. But it's really cool that you've found out who you want to be as a woman and stuck to that. But of course we all grow. And is there certain things that is difficult for you to accept if it's new, or you're always open to different things? If it has to be like a relationship thing, or if you meet a new friend or whatever, how do you accept new things? Because some people are just cut off to that idea of new. Like, I want to do it my way or no way.
Ooh, I hate sudden changes. I don't know, something that suddenly changes or is off to me, I instantly just cut off or just back away from, because why do you all of a sudden feel that way, or what made you change on me? Because I don't feel that way about you, so what made you not want to at least talk to me through it? Or if it's weird enough to where you talking to me about it anyway, it's like, I'm going to just stop talking to you, because if you're not even that important in my life to where I would want to explain myself, I would just stop talking. Like, bye. Like, yeah. It's okay. You're cool. And if you want to talk to me later on down the line, I will understand, because maybe you will understand that was stupid. Like, that was dumb of you to say.
You fumbled the bag.
Exactly.
But I'm going to let you come back so you can see how cool I am and how much you fucked up.
Exactly. One more time. But if you come to me at that same time again and you've never changed who you were before, mm-hmm. I'm never going to talk to you again. And right. I'm going to ignore you to the T.
Yeah. That's dope.
But I'm nice enough, though, in person. Like, if you want to say hi and walk past, hi.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep walking.
Or a homeless man tries to give you a bracelet at the bus stop.
It was like...
You had time that day. But if it was raining, you would have cussed him out. No, that's dope. But you just had your first, like, live poetry event, 2 months ago? October something? Mm-hmm. That I threw, and I don't remember those guys. But what was that like, getting the flyer and feeling like, whoa, this is something that I enjoy to do? Was it like a head first, like, I'm going to do it? Or did you think, I don't know if I'm good enough?
I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to do it. So I said, bet, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And I got the poem ready. I wrote new ones. Those couple ones, the first ones, I was like, those were new ones I wrote that same day.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the right there, finishing some of them, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I was tweaking them and everything while I was upset and everything. I was just tweaking everything I wanted to say, how I was going to say it, making sure that, like, I was calm enough. Ooh. Making sure I was calm enough.
It's all right.
Ooh, beginners. I'm sorry.
No, don't feel bad.
And I'm high. But
off of edible and weed. We got like 20 minutes before she goes to sleep, guys.
Not really.
No, we still gotta eat. Mm-hmm. We gotta call Jose.
Mm-hmm. I'm hungry now. Now then you're gonna feed us.
Right. Shout out to Larican.
What was I about? Oh. Mm-hmm.
Poetry. Tweaking shit. I'm gonna have to hear those again because I was just full of excitement the whole time. I don't remember a lot of things.
I love my poetry. I don't know. I was talking the whole time. I did those in my mind.
Your poetry was great.
I was just speaking, like, and then when they rhyme, I'd be like, "Ooh, I said that. Put that
down." and that's the thing. So, like, I believe everything happens for a reason. And when I first met you, I don't remember like your face. Mm-hmm. I don't remember really I remember you going up, but I don't remember like your face, your poetry. But I remember everybody else. And then, of course, down the line, we started to know each other more. But it's just weird how, I don't know, I feel like life knew something was going to happen. So it didn't, like, click in that instance. I don't know, I just felt like I had to say that for you. But, oh, man, am I out of questions?
I couldn't answer that. I couldn't call for that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Maybe you need to be a podcaster. Cause
I've been planning on it. Like, I could probably do a good podcast.
What would you want to talk about?
I thought we was going to do conspiracy.
No, we are. I'm talking about on yours, when you make yours.
Oh. I will talk about more, so, like, I would just hop on and just start talking.
Start talking.
If I get on something and I just start talking and I just want to say what I want to say, but I write down like a topic on paper and I just go off of it, I'm going to just start talking. And when I interview other people and I know about them, because of course I'm going to do my research on you. I'm going to find out who you are. To ask the questions, I feel like I will be a great, like, host.
Yeah. Well, make some questions on me and you can use my stuff for your first podcast. Okay. I'll sit in that spot. Okay. That's the interview spot. Then I get to have the liquor and the candy. No, but yeah, you said you were gonna go off of that, the poetry thing, or were you talking about the podcast thing? Yeah, because I was saying I don't remember you fully from the podcast or from the poetry, and I was like, yeah, I just felt like I had to tell you that, and I forgot what I was going to say, and you're like, oh, I can go off of that.
Honestly, I'm more of like a I'm somebody that meets people, and they end up gravitating to me in some way. And I know it. So
this was premeditated.
When I seen you and I met you and I seen like how cool you were and how sweet you were, and I heard how Ariel would like brag about you to everybody because of how cool you were.
I appreciate it.
Like, I was like, I have a feeling like he's gonna end up, and then we end up following each other. And then you end up texting. I'm like, okay, I knew this was going to happen. Oh, what's going to happen next? I was like, oh my God, he's texting me. I don't know
it took a while
or nothing. I'm like, what's going? Like, okay, yes. I'm gonna just see what happens.
So this is my perspective, because I was like, hey, you want to do a podcast? You're like, yes, I'm free so and so times.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's dope. And then I text you that it was a Friday. No, it was a Monday. It was something. And I was like, hey, are you free? I was like, hey, you free? You're like, nah, I gotta go to school. I was like, damn, did you just tell me you was off this day? But then, yeah,
I was like, oh my God.
No shout out to him. Two thumbs down in the chat for him.
I was so tired all the time. It was crazy.
But then, out of the blue... Oh, not out of the blue. Because I slid up on one of your stories. And you were like, hey, I'm ready for the podcast. I was like, dope. Let's set it up. And then conversations started happening from there. And now we're here. But, no, I mean, I just thought it was really cool that because we both took chances on ourselves that we found each other. Regardless of what that means for everybody at home, it shows how life has a way of rewarding you for just doing things that you love to do. Like a lot of people... I mean, okay, let's do this. So we look at like a lot of Michael Jordan highlights or Kobe or whatever the case. In that time, that was just something they were doing. That was their job. Not knowing that they were making history. So I feel like with us, not knowing we're setting these things in motion at the moment, a little bit down the line, we're like, oh, fuck. This is what life was planning while we were in this position. You said you were going through it, and now you're here. I was going through it, and now I'm here. So it's like, it's cool how life works out.
I feel like the real goats know when they're about to make history. I don't feel like Kobe and Michael didn't know they was not about to go out there and make history. They knew what they were doing. Well,
talk your shit. Let me hear this. They
knew what they were doing.
Right.
And every session, like every time they have talked about them going out there and about to make history, they had a pep talk before they went to, they was about to go out there, or they were like in their mind of what they were thinking. They knew that they were about to have to show out, or it was like do or die.
Yeah.
And it was each game for them. It was every game for them, and it was that passion for them.
Okay.
So when you know it's your passion and you know it's your dream, you're going to push it to the fullest every single time. And you don't care who's standing right there. And you know you're the best.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like they knew that, period. And that's what made them the best.
Good thing I didn't meet you when you was a hooper. Because, fuck. She would have been like, nigga, play me one-on-one right now. Don't tell me.
Like, come on, let's go.
But speaking of Kobe and Michael, who's better? Actually, who do you think is the best basketball player of all time is?
I don't think you can't compare anybody.
I
don't feel like Michael. I don't feel like Jordan can do what Kobe could do. I don't feel like Kobe can do what Jordan can do. I don't feel like LeBron could do what they could do either. And I don't feel like they could do what he could do.
So nobody's really a full package.
No. Now all of them are different people, and they're all like different fan base for different people. If you watch who they are,
yeah,
like each one of them got a different fan base, and each one got a different like for different things, and each one is a different generation of something.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was watching the 49ers, and there was this commercial that came on. And they were talking about, like, let's just say hustle, because I forgot what the word was. And they were like, if hustle was DNA, we would be related. And to me, that like was so powerful, because I feel like that's what NBA is. That drive to be the GOAT, or that drive to be great, passes on in each generation. Doesn't mean that we're surpassing or not going to the expectation of the other player. It's just the love of the game, or the basketball gods have now given somebody else their time to shine. So I love that you said you can't compare, because different eras, different times, but they were all great in that era. Mm-hmm. We look at especially people in history who were great for that time. You can't really be Malcolm X in this time. You can't be Martin in this time, but in that time it was acceptable. So
I do believe you can imitate.
For sure.
People like that.
For sure.
You can give people the same hope, at least.
I agree. And that's where that gene comes in, that greatness gene.
That's why there's different generations of each one that
for sure
played the sport. Yeah.
Look at us going deep. Speaking of deep, you're a conspiracy theorist. Don't say you're not, because you are. She loves the ocean. but not as much as the other people. She thinks there's what, portals in the ocean. Mm-hmm. Tell me, where'd these portals go? Because I'm trying to go wherever these. Okay, hear me out. So I'm the type of person who will fuck with conspiracies, but I don't want them to be real, because if they're real, what does that make me in everything I believe, right? I'm the type of nigga who wouldn't choose to know outside the Matrix, because I don't know. I don't think I can handle the reality of things that are not of norm.
All I can say is, if a plane was flying over the ocean and we had to jump in the ocean, I'm not jumping. I'm blowing up.
You better jump. Jump in the ocean.
I'm gonna drown, and I don't wanna like.
Oh, you don't know how to swim?
No, I'm not gonna swim in no water like that. I'm sorry. I'm a panic.
Hold on. So you know how to swim? You just gonna die?
Would like, because of stuff like I've seen, like I research and I like watch videos on about the ocean,
mm-hmm.
and like, oh my God, like, you know, in the Bible when it talks about the monster that's gonna come up out the ocean and stuff like that, I really believe that is true, and I really believe there's stuff in that water that none of us have seen, but people have seen. But of course, they're not gonna discuss it with you because it's like it's
they're probably dead
norm.
Now.
It's their, you know, but. I really do believe there's stuff in that water we don't know about.
Right.
We have not seen. We have not.
For
other
sure.
Places, I believe there's.
No, I mean.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. No, I mean, it makes sense for the government or whomever to, if it is real, to block it from the general population, because that panic is bad for business. You know, like, they want to have some type of control, because if you give these individuals the truth, like if they came out and said, you know, everything in the Bible is really real, we just hid it, that would fuck people up. That, I feel like there would be an apocalypse, because people would not absorb that information, because now a faith-based my speech impediment, faith-based yeah, that belief in that book is now real. I feel like it's easier to believe in something, but to know it's for real, that's a little difficult. So
I'm sorry. That was that.
It's all right. Oh my goodness. But no, I mean, I believe that there is things that we don't know. But to me, I wouldn't want to know, because like aliens, if they were real, what can we do to stop them if they wanted to kill us? If they're not real, it doesn't really change my perspective. I've gotten to the point to the worst thing that would happen is for me to die. Because you can't fucking control things. Like, people are afraid of being on airplanes or natural disasters or aliens. It's like you lose a part of what this life truly has to offer because you're afraid of these things. Because if they're for real, you can't do shit about it but die. You know, like, that's why I jump in the ocean, because it's like, I could survive this, I'd 100% die in this. So it's like, whatever. Hopefully there's a fucking mermaid that would save me. Like, I'd hope for the best. Like, a Free Willy type of animal come and swoop me on his back. That'd be gangster. Me on an orca, I fuck with it. But, so, where does these portals go? I don't think we answered that question. They go to like different niggas' houses, or like on Men in Black, how they had to use that was it toilet place?
I feel like they go to different different places, different dimensions. Might be a different river or a different ocean somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe that a human can survive once they hit that and go through, unless they. My throat's.
Would you like some water?
Okay.
I
got this.
I didn't know if it was finished.
But yeah, I just. I'm a very, very, like, logical thinker, but I also think very, like, very critically. Like,
Yeah. Well, okay, so if humans can't survive these portals, who are they for? And why are they there?
mermaids. You don't believe we have mermaids?
Oh, no, that's
But
fucked
you
up.
don't believe we have different humans other than us, or different animals that go to different places other than this place? Like, they don't go somewhere and be happy. Like, you
There needs
believe
to
they're
be-
just here?
I feel like if that was true, there'd be a place for black people a long time ago. Like Atlanta, but a little better.
But why would we know that and the type of people we truly are if we would have went there?
Yeah, that is
Do you
true.
think that we would have, like, changed the way, like, place how we are now in a world like that?
Yeah. No, I don't think, because I believe we're the people in the Bible. So I feel like we would go away from God more than we already have. And that's the reason why we're in this country in the first place. So yeah, we'd fuck it up. 100%.
That's why I'm like, no, we're not ready.
Yeah.
Nobody's
So
gonna
there
go there and
is.
thank God. Nobody's going to go there and thank God. They're going to thank themselves because they found it.
For sure. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, we just have to unlock this level of understanding, and then we'll be able to travel through these places.
Mm-hmm.
But mermaids, man, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Would I want to be a mermaid? Maybe. There's lots of scary shit in the ocean.
No.
But like being a person fish, that'd be dope. I'd jump out the water, do flips and shit. Where do they sleep?
You don't be watching the stories about, like, the Haitian people. They tell the stories about the mermaids and how they will fall into the sea and stuff like that.
Oh, the sirens? They be drowning them? They just horny. If they wasn't horny, they wouldn't be falling in love with these damn fish people. No, but I mean, I do agree. And that's what blows my mind. Like, there are places that are poor, like Haiti or different countries in Africa. It's like, why is that? Like, how did that happen? And sometimes I'm like, maybe these places are the places that have the more activity and the more resources you take out of. People don't want to go there, but the locals. And now it's like, who's going to believe some poor person in whatever country? Or a videotape of, like, a monster. Nobody's going to fucking believe that because it's not America, Japan, or, like, big countries. So I can see where these people will probably be telling the truth, but nobody will believe them. Because I'm the type of person, I don't know if I officially said it on the podcast, but I think the earth is flat. It doesn't make sense for it to be round. To me, it doesn't make sense for God to make other planets. Like, he don't talk about other planets in the Bible, and there's nobody there. And I feel like if there was aliens, they would have taken us up. I don't know. We'll be back from commercial break, guys. But no, I mean, I'm just going to blame it on the highness, guys. If anybody sees this podcast and like, Julian, do you for real think the earth is flat? I'm just going to blame it on being high. But
I think the earth is flat too.
Oh, well then, the earth is flat, guys. We both agree. Oh, there we go. Yeah, for sure. I was like, damn, man, my equipment needs to be better. So, what is another conspiracy if you have one? Because the portal thing is really cool. I mean, I can see to where there are places like that because they have found. I don't know if it was Japan or some Asian country. They bomb? Okay, look at you. They have found an underground forest that has been untouched forever. And I can see to where there's like different places in the earth that there'd be places like that because.
So, if you know the earth is that big, but the sea is like there's so much more sea than earth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe there's other like things down there that
Yeah, for sure. Have you not seen Ice Age Continental Drift?
I don't know.
Oh, well, anyway, there was dinosaurs that was living underneath the earth. That's where they went.
Oh yeah. I watched that. Yeah, I did.
They're like, fuck up here. We're just gonna go. But no, I mean, some people want to think science and be like, oh no, we're too advanced to lie about where things are on the map now. But back in the day, there was continents and other places that are no longer on the map. And I feel like these places are things that hide the truth that they don't want the general population to know. Because once God said, I gave this world into the hands of the wicked continue to rule. So what other thing to do besides keep people asleep? Regardless of what you believe in. If somebody can keep you asleep and keep you fighting amongst yourselves, y'all will never worry about what's really going on. So like, to me, COVID, that was the weirdest thing that ever happened in my lifetime, because it's like, it started in some country, and then a couple months it was all over the world. Like, who the fuck is going to this country or around this person who had it? Like, to me, it spread way quickly, or more quickly than I expected it to. And to me, it blows my mind, because it's like, how many people, even if they were on the same plane as this guy, don't you think it would take like 3, 4, 5 months, 7, a year? Fuck, guys, to lock the world down. And I feel like they was just capping and trying to do something. Mm-hmm. But if the government's watching, I'm just playing. This is for entertainment purposes. I don't want to get took. And then eventually I'll be a celebrity. You remember that conversation earlier? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I didn't want you to be like, why is this nigga talking about being a celebrity? Well, we're an hour and 12 minutes in. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to ask me? I normally don't ask people that, but since you're special.
Not right now, at least. This is burning my throat. It's good.
Good, I'm glad you like it. Well, all right, one last thing. For the individual, actually for the women who are out there or who will be watching this, God willing, what kind of advice would you give to them just being themselves or going to chase a dream even though they're not supported? So 2 things. What would you tell them to A, continue believing in themselves, and B, follow the dream?
I feel like for both, as a woman, no matter what, always put yourself on a pedestal and always feel like you should be on that pedestal, and don't let nobody make you feel like you should not be on that pedestal. When you put yourself that high, never look down. Only look to your side or up, but never look down, because either way it go, you can grow to learn and be high. You can learn to, you can elevate, period.
Right. Yeah, period.
No matter what, if you're somebody that somebody wants, you can elevate, period. Mm-hmm. If you really want to and you really love that person and it's reciprocated, you're going to elevate, period. So do that. Always be your peace. And when you find peace, let it be that peace. There's no reason to let that go.
Well, I couldn't have said it any better. So, Miracle, thank you for being on. I hope you enjoyed yourself in this episode. Hopefully we see you again.
You will.
We will. All right, y'all. From us to you all, may your pain be champagne.